Welcome back to another episode of Gregtech Community Edition Modern. Last time we got a couple more things set up for mass crafting so that we can actually get through to making our Mark II reactor with a large cutting saw, as well as we spiffied up another large-scale assembler. This one is still on one like a lot of the other ones, however it does have to have ZMP power, or ZPM power, so we can get some of the recipes that are in here crafted, and it definitely helps with making these so much faster. However, we are into another problem. We've got the quantum star. It takes a long time to get it done. So I figured this episode we can go ahead and start out by making ourselves another one of these large chemical baths. And if I'm not mistaken, it is a 3 by 5 by 7. Yep, 3 by 5 by 7. So I think we can go ahead and plop it down back here. We're going to go ahead and do the by 5 this way. So we're going to go right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll do the by 7 this way. However, I do want to start with our energy input there. And we can go ahead and put some of the other ones on the other side once we get ready. So there is that. And then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go ahead and flood out that bottom as quickly as possible. And pop in our controller block. Now it's just time to fill up everything that it needs. Go ahead and set up these right next to the controller block so we know where they're at. And our fluid inputs, outputs, and the like over here. So we do want to go one up before we go ahead and go place those blocks down. And we do want to get our titanium pipe casing down before we lock ourselves out of being able to get in here. So I want both of my inputs at the closer end, because I think we're going to place it actually back here, allowing us to do our usual method of placing into there. We'll place our ends, finish going around, and we'll place our last 2 blocks. 3 right here and here. So 1 and 2. And that is all set nice and quickly. So now we can go ahead and come on over with our cables. We might as well flip those to be facing upwards. Let's go ahead and grab out our wrench. Flip it to face that way. And then we can even do that over here, just so that that is a little bit easier to get to. And now we're going to need ourselves all of the other parts we normally put on. So interfaces, pattern providers, and storage buses. So pattern provider is going to go right there. The interface and storage buses on top of that. And then 2 interfaces for our outputs. Make sure that actually, it does say output. It wouldn't have formed. That's right. We are going to put those down. Grab out our spray can to do some yellow spray painting. Since we haven't done any of that yet, I might as well. Doesn't matter much either way. Grab out a singular one of our blues. And a quartz fiber cable for power. And there we go. And now that is all set up. We just need to bring over our patterns. So we're going to go ahead, think, and cancel up wherever those quantum stars are at. So those are going to be over here. That one. So that's going to go ahead and continue. We'll go ahead and cancel that. That'll finish up what it is currently crafting right now. Which I don't think it's crafting much more than 1, maybe 2. No, it's got all 13 of them in there. I think we let that go. No, we don't. We don't let that go. That's going to take way too long. Here is our... There we go, right there. Grab our radon. Grab our radon. We'll place that away, place the nether stars away. And now we just need to grab out all of our items we're currently making in there. And so that will be nice and quick. And we can go ahead and carry it out to down below. Chemical bath right there. And plug them on in. Get ourselves some power over. Let's not forget about that. Ta-da! Wire cutters. And that is done. Now let's give it a quick test spin. We need to craft a bunch more of these. So let's go ahead and craft another 14 to start. Since I know we've got that stuff ready. So we got 48 seconds for 4. That literally halves the time that it normally takes. Not only does it half the time though, it also multiplies the output by 4. So that is a great solution. Now, the only problem I can see with that is that's going to give us a headache when it comes to crafting stuff in our assembly line. So we're going to have to go ahead and craft some stuff up here. And I'm going to go ahead where we got our motors. LUV motors. We need 10 more of those. And I will be back once I get the last of the components done for the other thing. We'll go ahead and make this episode. I guess for you guys, it'll be a jump cut, so I can just show it to you really quick. Once I get these things put away, we are going to also assemble, but not use, our ZPM fusion reactor. We literally just need 30 more of these fusion casings, and we'll be able to build it. So I'll be back once I got those 30 additional casings. Alright guys, it looks like we have a couple minor problems that I managed to overlook, as a lot of my stuff shut down from power, as well as I am actually missing some of the necessary supplies to be able to make the last of what I gotta make. Because I need 4 more beryllium dust to make my things that I need. 14 more. And quite a bit more trinium. And I've actually been working on this for like the past 2 hours with a bunch of issues. We're running out of power, running out of a whole bunch of stuff. So I think I am going to actually have to pack it up for the night. Because that's when I record, and it is time for me to get off to bed. So, I guess that means next time we will be getting ourselves up a fusion reactor, which actually leads into something pretty good, because that means next week we can go straight into a whole bunch more stuff. But anyways, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. And please leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you would. Bye!